Konnichiwa, bitch.
Listen, man, this Kendrick and Drake beef made hip-hop interesting again. At least in the mainstream, for at least a good 2 months. And yeah, I did miss it. I was on my hiatus, so I didn't really get to talk about it. You know, at first I was gonna sit down and talk about, you know, the whole thing chronologically, but everybody has done that. So, what I'm gonna do a tier list of all the diss tracks that were dropped during this Drake, Kendrick, throw in J. Cole and Rick Ross and a whole bunch of shit. We're gonna rank them worst to best on the tier list, and that's about it. I'm not gonna go through the lore because there's 100,000 videos on fucking YouTube about this beef, how it started, how it began. Been 10 years in the making. It was just only a matter of time. Things started to ramp up. I felt like when like the Hillbillies dropped and then the shots began to fire even more on For All the Dogs. It was only a matter of time until Kendrick would drop the Shot Her Around the World. Now we're here, and Drake and especially Cole dropping some of the worst music ever made shortly after. Alright, we're in the tier list now. Let's just start chronologically, man. First person shooter. It's not really a diss track. J. Cole was trying to show Kendrick love, but other than that, it wasn't really anything too deep about it. I mean, as a song as a whole, it's cool, I guess. Like, it's a Drake and J. Cole song. I'm not gonna listen to that shit ever again. C stands for cool. It's fine. It's not mid. It's just there. The first half of the song is good. Then Drake kind of just bullshits in the second half. Tries to make it a larger than life song, but just doesn't do it. But the first half, I will say, the chemistry between Cole and Drake are good, and Cole actually has a pretty solid verse, I will say. But as a diss track, then we get into the shot heard around the world like that. I'm gonna put an A. Because culturally, like, the impact that this song had, fucking ridiculous. Biggest song in the world for a while, broke the internet. But let's talk about the disses now. Kendrick was pretty light on it, but also there are warning shots. I think he definitely knew that something would come out of this, and he was very, very meticulous with these disses. I really, really love the wordplay on a lot of these lines. The first person shooter, hope they come with 3 switches. Fuck the big 3. It's just big me. Your best work is a light pack. Prince outlived Mike Jack. This is an iconic track. It will be hailed as a classic. I already think it is. But when you're looking on the more analytical side as a track as a whole, beat is a banger. I didn't really necessarily love it at first. I thought it was pretty flat, but the more I listened to the track, it grew on me. I just think how menacing that beat, and every time the chorus comes on, some progressions within the beat make it even more heavier. Featured performance is Feature Hendrix. I don't really got much to say. I'll talk about the album as a whole in a different video. And then shortly after this, I believe it was 7 Minute Drill. This song's fucking trash. It is awful, especially on this Might Delete Later album. I'm surprised it is not deleted yet, because this whole album sucks donkey balls. 7 Minute Drill as a diss track is awful as well. It's weak as fuck. And J. Cole did the right decision by deleting it and apologizing. He did not want to be involved in this beef. The tracks that, you know, would come up shortly. Glad that he bailed and waved the white flag right after. Altogether, this track is awful. Beats suck. The first one is terrible. The second one is a conductor beat, but you using a conductor beat trying to sound more menacing than it actually is, you're not winning. He was flat out talking lies on this whole entire track. Bro, you need to look in the mirror about talking about boring music and talking about dropping every 4 years, because look at your fucking catalog, my guy. Glad that he deleted it, but he just needs to delete the rest of the album. That's all I'll say. After this, I think what dropped was the Champagne, whatever the fuck this Rick Ross diss track, man. I don't even know. It was Champagne something. Champagne Moments, Champagne Memories, I don't know. Shit's meh. It's low-key an F. I want to put an F, but this is the most Rick Ross track ever. I think this shit is pretty weak as fuck. Ross had some cool stuff. He was flowing on it. He had some bars here and there, but altogether it was just kind of like, you're irrelevant in the conversation. Like, what are we doing here? No one's gonna remember this shit. Actually, I'm gonna keep it an F. Because honestly, who the fuck is gonna remember this track? Nobody. Next one we got is Push Ups. It's cool. I like it. It's not mind-blowing by anything. It sounds like a Drake song that should have came out in 2018. Like, the beat is fucking mid as fuck. But Drake got some shots on there that are good, that are funny. Metro Shut Your Hoe Ass Up and Make Some Drums was the line of the song. I thought the whole Chip and Nail scheme was pretty tight as well. Drake was just in his regular tough guy rapper form. Not necessarily necessarily a mind-blowing diss track, but I think it was good for what it was. It was something to push the battle forward even more. It was just a catchy tune that Drake dropped, and that's about it. I don't think there was much Drake could really say based off of what he got with Like That. He was going after everybody else as well, Rick Ross, The Weeknd. This is just Drake trying to little bro everybody on the track. What do we got? Does the Like That remix come after this, or maybe it came out before? I don't know, but the Like That remix, the beat is hard as fuck. I remember it now. But Kanye is just trying to get himself into something that has nothing to do with him, but he's trying to make it about him. I'll put it in E just for the fact that the beat is hard as fuck. And Future's other part sounded pretty good. But Kanye, he's just trying to shoehorn himself in the conversation, and nobody gives a fuck. It came and went pretty quickly. Then we got the tailor-made freestyle. This shit's ass. Using AI, Pac, and Snoop. Though it was elite mind games, I felt like the execution was pretty awful. Drake's writing is pretty ass on that song. It is pretty ass. And him trying to use the fucking B-Rabbit 8 Mile shit on here. Sorry, it didn't work. Euphoria, the Kendrick response that we all wanted. This is S tier. This is pretty damn good. Though you could say it felt like a warning shot. Bro, there's so much elements to this track. From the sample usage, the different phases of the song. Kendrick just got consistently more harsh throughout the song, and it's honestly hilarious. The funniest one is the sexy red line. I thought that was funny as fuck. Oh, another line that I liked. What is it? The braids! I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Kendrick's performance was just honestly crazy. I thought also the Hellcat demon set of lines were pretty crazy as well. When he dropped this, I thought he pretty much sealed the deal. I don't know. Kind of won me with this. I'm like, nothing that Drake drops after this, it would have me caring anymore, because this track is fucking ridiculous. Funny how the very beginning of the song, Kendrick basically predicted how this whole entire beef would go, and he was right. So yeah, that is S tier. And shortly after he drops the 616 in LA, I personally would put this in S tier. It's my favorite song personally, but as a track, I would definitely put it A to B when it comes to overall impact in terms of the beef, which got me thinking maybe I should put Push Ups in B, because Push Ups had definitely had a lot of impact in terms of the beef. First person shooter is just kind of like, it was the prologue, but it didn't really, come on now. But then again, I'm gonna take some points off, because he did leak the track before he dropped the track. He just wanted to make sure people fucked with the track. Let's go back and see. I know exactly your game, Drake. You just didn't want to drop a ass diss track, so you leaked it just to make sure people fucked with it. Just saying, a lot of people thought it was fucking AI, but you ended up dropping the track anyway. When it comes to relevancy, I'd put it in B, but as a track as a whole, I like the track a lot. The first quarter of the track, thought Kendrick's writing was fucking god tier on that. Him, picking out the goons and OVO, saying that they could be on his side, that there's some moles in the camp. I thought that was a good manipulation tactic as well. Kendrick continues to be very meticulous with these releases. But then we get Drake's long-awaited response in Family Matters that he hinted at the end of Push Ups. I think this track is great. Family Matters will go down as one of the best diss tracks ever, but unfortunately it got overshadowed by a track that dropped an hour or two later. But as a diss track, bro, Drake was fucking cooking. A lot of the shit that he was talking about Kendrick on in the first third of the track, kind of irrelevant, but once you get into that middle pack where Drake kind of just goes after everybody else, he absolutely obliterates Rocky, he absolutely obliterates The Weeknd. Drake cooks them all. But it's just with the Kendrick shit that he kind of shoots himself in the foot. But if you're just looking at that middle part, shit. Drake went crazy. The last third of the track, when he was actually going at Kendrick, I think he delivered on it. Threw some jabs at Kendrick that definitely would fuck him up, especially the Pharrell shit. Kendrick just opens his mouth, someone hand him a Grammy right now. I thought that was a funny ass line. The whole Michael Jackson, Prince, and then Michael got a brother named Jermaine and connecting that with Jermaine Cole. Like, I thought, I thought those schemes were pretty cool as well. But then it all turned to he said, she said with the whole Dave Free being, Kendrick's wife's other baby daddy. And the whole Kendrick beats his wife thing. Come on, man. Especially shortly after when Kendrick's brother-in-law literally says, nah, that didn't happen. Like, it's all he said, she said stuff, and the fact that he's lying straight up on the track. Kind of does dock it a few points from being S tier, but I think as a track as a whole, kind of like that. I think this track is just pretty iconic for what it delivers. Buried Alive interlude. It's cool. Does the BBL Drizzy beat come before or after Family Matters? I don't know. I think it's funny. I think it's cute. I'd put it in B. But then shortly after Family Matters, I remember when this happened, bro. I was just like, damn. Family Matters is tough. Then I look at my phone, I'm like, no fucking way. This man Kendrick dropped. He dropped Meet the Grams. He dropped Meet the Grams. And honestly, this is an S tier diss track. As a diss track. As a song, I think I prefer Family Matters over Meet the Grams. But, as a diss track, Meet the Grams is better, 100%. The beef was over after this. There's no need for Drake to respond any further. This is probably the most sinister diss track of all time. This thing was a dissection of Drake, of who he is, exposes a lot of things, and how emotionally intense this track is it gave me chills when I first heard it, and it made me very, very uncomfortable as well. Like, this is definitely not a fun track to listen to, but honestly, it's the killer. It's the kill shot. Kendrick says a lot in here to his son, to his parents, even to Drake himself. Exposes, you know, the allegations of him being a PDF file, a women abuser, you know, being a terrible father, being a terrible son. Like, just so much in this track that is just like, wow, it's cooked. Kendrick did throw some he said she said on here with in regards to the daughter, but I feel like that kind of distracted everybody from the fact that Kendrick was pointing out, hey, this man is a fucking, people were only focusing on the daughter thing. Even Drake, I'm like, you motherfucker, you're stupid as hell. Things that are heavier than the daughter shit on here. But yeah, as a track as a whole, the Alchemist beat, only Alchemist can give you a beat like this, bro. And there's one thing about Meet the Grams that nobody talked about, and it's the parallel between Tyler Perry's Meet the Browns. I thought that was pretty creative on Kendrick's part. But shortly after, I want to say like 12 hours later, Kendrick follows up with another diss track, and I want to put this in A because honestly I feel like it's the same level as Family Matters, but the impact that this song has had since then, having the whole world start crip walking, Not Like Us is S tier. He did Drake's Game. He made a catchy diss track and solidified it, if it wasn't already solidified. He was pissing on his grave, basically. Like, there's so much shit. Like, literally not even a day later, this shit was playing in clubs. This shit broke every single Drake record. The impact, already iconic. It's over after that. Song's great. Shout out DJ Mustard. Kendrick dropped his most West Coast song yet, and it was a diss track on Drake. And finally, The Heart Part 6. Yeah, that was just Drake waving the white flag. Don't really got much to say other than the beat is one of the best beats of the whole entire diss track, but Drake's angles, especially the Mother Eye line. What is that angle, bruh? What are you doing, man? And now, just reporting it as of June 4th, this song is now deleted off his Instagram, so Drake deleted 2 songs. Quite embarrassing if you ask me. These tracks are even more irrelevant now, because what the fuck? What the fuck? He definitely did not stand on business at all. Gives Kendrick the even bigger W. So, shouts out Kendrick, man. That is the tier list of all the tracks. I'm all caught up. Every generation of rap, there's always the 2 biggest rappers going at each other, whether it was Pac and Biggie, Nas and Hove. You know, now you got Kendrick and Drake. It was only a matter of time that you got it. And, yeah. Kendrick solidified himself as the GOAT. I'm just saying that right now. But no, that's the tier list. We'll see if anything else comes out of it, but those are my thoughts. I'll leave it at that. Let me know your guys' ranking in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe for more, bell icon for notifications, all that jazz, and yeah. See you on the next one. Peace.